Next up, we have Isis Grafals from the Secretary of NEAC of the NAACP.
In order for us to break out of the cycle of these reoccurring events of police brutality, we must look into its foundations. The cause. Attending to the circumstances is not enough. It is our endeavors of confrontation and demands for justification for our lives being taken from us. It is at times like these we must hold on to one another to face the adversary. We work for the adversary, educated by the adversary, our lives structured by the adversary. We should be at the point of surpassing compromise. We can no longer fall into the phony empathy when we end up back here at the State House for another member of our community. This is a time for empowerment and self-education. A movement starts with you. A movement is not one individual that speaks out. It is when we collectively come together and become a unit fighting for a cause. It starts here locally, uplifting one another, becoming involved, breaking free from the society structured on racism and white supremacy. The principle needs to be in the leadership of the movement that are put forward to address the systemic and structure that lays in by the police force and within our country. All social transformation that has been achieved, such as civil rights movements, it was successful because those directly affected were in the leadership. Unfortunately, we only perceive these as narratives of one individual speaking out. But what they don't publicize is the local organizations that become a unit, regular everyday people that push to these changes we see today. It is the day-to-day infrastructure of the common man that has led to change. These are the people that we need to produce a massive demonstration with an agenda about power and building power to our people. Given the topic of police brutality, what I will leave is that many people have reduced the notions of racism into individual bigotry and made changes to people's morals. But when we look at the fight of civil rights movement, it was about building the power of community that has been directly impacted by racism and the white supremacy. The power to determine what our destiny is, the power to dedicate and dictate what our being educated that influences our lives. With the issue of police brutality, we must continue building the communal power in those that are attentive to social transformation, to become involved with our community. When we see the demonstration of protests, they culminate to building power. They culminate into public policy changes that can have long-term effects. Our history's successes derives from the perfect crossroad of community organized, engaging gatherings and sustainable institution. That has been the blueprint that has paved before us to look to further clarity and vision to further change. Thank you.